Alright, this is a video for 1HT about the practice test of chapter 8, exercise 5 and 6 also after that. I'll start with exercise 5 here. The first exercise is 3 times x to the power of 4 times 6x to the power of 7. So this is what you should do. First, 3 times 6 is 18. And then we have x to the power of 4 times x to the power of 7. Now when you multiply these letters, you have to add the powers. So 4 plus 7 is 11. So this is the answer, 18x to the power of 11. Question B, we have minus 5p times p to the power of 6. Now it says minus 5 here, and there is no number in front of the other p, so we're just going to write down minus 5p here. And then p times p to the power of 6, together that's p to the power of 7. So that's the answer for 5b. Moving on to 5c, there we have a to the power of 12, b to the power of 7, divided by a to the power of 5, b to the power of 2. With divided by, you have to subtract these powers. So 12 minus 5 is 7, and 7 minus 2 is 5. So like that, a to the power of 7, b to the power of 5. And then we move on to exercise D. Here you have minus 2 times 3 times minus 1. So minus 2 times 3 is minus 6. Times minus 1 is going to be 6. And then we have b to the power of 5 here. And then we have another b here, and we have 3 b's there. So 5 plus 1 plus 3 is 9. So the answer is 6b to the power of 9. That was exercise 5. Moving on to exercise 6, you can see that this one is really difficult, because we have to do brackets first, then times, and then we have to add a couple of things. So I'll show you step by step how you can do this. The first rule is that you always do the things in brackets first. So this. But you can't really do that. But we can do this power here. So we're going to do 3 to the power of 3. That is 27. And then I'm going to write down a p. And then if you have a power to a power, you learned that you should multiply them. So 3 times 3 is 9. So I'm going to write that down here. I'm going to copy the plus. And then I'm going to multiply this. 5 times 4 is 20. And p times p to the power of 8 is p to the power of 9. So you have 27p to the power of 9 plus 20p to the power of 9. So when you add them, you get 47p to the power of 9. Moving on to exercise B. Here we have 2a to the power of 4 to the power of 5 minus, and then in brackets, minus 3a to the power of 10 squared. So first we'll take a look at these brackets over here. If you have 2 to the power of 5, that means 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. So that is 32. And then we have a to the power of 20. Because 4 times 5 is 20. I'm going to copy this minus. And now we'll take a look at what's in these brackets. Minus 3 times minus 3 is 9. So negative times negative becomes positive. Right? And then we have a to the power of 20 also. Because 10 times 2 is 20. So we have 32a to the power of 20 minus 9a to the power of 20. So together, that's 23a to the power of 20. Alright, so I do have one more. I have 6c over here. And this one is also kind of big. It says here minus 2a to the power of 3 to the power of 6. And we're going to calculate that first. So minus 2 to the power of 6. That's minus 2 times minus 2 times minus 2 times minus 2. Well, 6 times in total. That's going to be 64. Then we're going to do y. And then 3 times 6 is 18. Then I'm going to copy this minus over here. And then we'll take a look at these brackets. 4 squared is 16. And then we have y to the power of 14. Because 7 times 2 is 14. And then it says here 3y to the power of 4. So we've done the brackets now. So now we're going to do this multiplication. So 16 times 3 is 48. And y to the power of 14 times y to the power of 4 is y to the power of 18. So we have 64 y to the power of 18 minus 48 y to the power of 18. 64 minus 48 is 16. Y to the power of 18. Because if you add or subtract these powers, it doesn't change. Right? Let me show you that again. If you do x to the power of 4 plus x to the power of 4, you get 2x to the power of 4. So the power never changes, only with times. If you do two things times each other, right, then you add them. And if you have a power to a power, then you multiply them. So those are the three differences that you have with powers, right? Here it doesn't change, here plus, and there times. But this was the answer for 6C. So thank you very much for watching, and see you later.